Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome back to the Booty Radio F1 team, my team career mode. We are here, round 10 in Canada, and we cannot escape the rain. You see mixed conditions coming for the race. Dry to start and some rain at the end. So week after week after week, we continue to be hammered by the rain. So hopefully we can get a result or be at least in a good enough position by the time the rain arrives to stay out of significant trouble. Standings wise, we're up to 33 points, starting to close our way up towards Yuki Tsunoda. Joshua on double digits now, P12, tied with Fernando Alonso. And the team on 45 points. Of course, the big solid result out last time in Spain, a P8, P9 for the team. Lando Norris picking up the race win to help increase his championship lead. Though it's still pretty tight up at the top, and three different teams in that regard. So should be an interesting one down the stretch. But we do get full dry qualifying. Let's see what we can make of it.
Welcome back, everybody. We're here in Canada at the wonderful Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. Who's going to come out fastest of all in the next hour? Yes, it's time for qualifying.
Here we go. Let's get after it for our first qualifying run. Always going to be tough to start a lap with the final chicane. You want to carry speed, but it's such an easy place to invalidate. You saw we actually got too much grip on the turn-in. But here we go. Open up the corner for turn one. A little deep. We want to try and take more of that apex curve if we can. Now, turn two is this long, twisty right-hander. Got to wait till get on the power. Really awkward combination, 3 and 4 over this little crest. Car gets very light, and now quick combination of corners. You want to try and keep the rear end under control. A little slidey on the exit, so it's not going to be the best lap we could possibly do. One of my least favorite chicanes in all the world because the car just never seems to want to turn. Now, slowest corner on the track, big hairpin. And getting the exit out of here is all about getting the power down because now we have this long run with just the final chicane to go. The entirety of the lap comes down to this corner. A little tentative through there, keeping it safe. We will go into the 109s still. It's not bad, although Piastri in the McLaren is in the 108, so a hefty start for the McLaren team. We go winding up for attempt number 2, dropped to provisional P14. Plenty of time around the lap. So let's see if we can't score well. More the line we want to take through turn 1. Taking as much of that apex curve as we can. Rear didn't want to hook up very well out of turn 2, but that's how it goes sometimes. A little bit of scrub through there, lost a bit of time. Only finding about a 10th so far. Ooh, that brush of the wall puts us a little off course. Lucky to not pick up any damage, I would say. But ooh, tires are really struggling now. Still an opportunity to improve because we did leave probably a couple of tenths on the table in the final chicane. Let's go for it and see what we can do here. It's going to find us about a half second up to provisional P10. I think definitely some time lost from worn tires. Well, they're not that worn. You're just not quite getting the right brake pressure down. But provisional P10 at the moment is a decent starting spot. We will have one more run before the end of this qualifying session. All right, third and final flying lap of the qualifying session. Definitely some time to be found. A little scrappy on the start of the lap. Luckily, it's a pretty short run from turn 1 to the start line. A little more momentum down the hill. Couple tenths found. Need a good run through this section. No touch of the wall. Ooh, we've gone deep. That's going to cost us a ton of time. A couple hundredths only, actually. I guess we are comparing it to when we clipped the wall. But we are a little deep in the hairpin. Oh, we're pushing a little hard. That's going to compromise the exit. We gained some time on the way in, but not as good on the exit. We do need a very strong final chicane, though, in order to match even just this 3/10. Decent, not quite as good. We are going to find just shy of 3/10, about a quarter of a second. Where does that put us? P11, so just outside the top 10, which is not terrible, all things considered.
Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix.
About 3/10 better than our teammate. Antonelli goes on to pole position. Lando Norris, championship leader, all the way down in 6th. Both McLarens making up P2 and 3. Otherwise, kind of as we expect. Carlos Sainz popping the Williams into the top 10, as does Fernando Alonso, who's been on a good run of form recently.
We're back once again beside the St. Lawrence River here in Montreal for the Canadian Grand Prix. The event first moved to the variant of this track back in 1978, and it was won by none other than Gilles Villeneuve, the first Canadian to ever win his home race, and in whose honour the circuit would be renamed. It's one of the fastest races of the season here at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, with around 60% of this 2.7-mile circuit taken at full throttle. There are 14 corners to navigate, the very last of which has its very own infamous history and could be the cause of a safety car today. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Andrea Kimi Antonelli lines up on pole position, and Oscar Piastri completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Senna, Russell, Yuki Tsunoda, and Norris, Verstappen, Leclerc, Sainz, and Fernando Alonso, Martins, Stroll, Gabriel Bortoleto, and Pierce, Hulkenberg, Lawson, Alex Albon, and Pierre Gasly, Doohan, Ocon, Behrman, and Isaac Hadjar rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
Okay. So I think the idea is we're going to go pretty early off the mediums, try and undercut, go to the hards, and then we just kind of run the hards until it starts raining. Kind of seems to be the maneuver. 50.2 is that we can stretch the hards for quite a while. I think we might even potentially they won't make the end of the race, but yeah, it's just kind of going to be what it is. We'll see what the impact of the weather really ends up being, because I have no idea. Hopefully we just get through this race nice and quick. Here we are with the lights, a mixture of different tire compounds around us. Really tricky to get through there. Was not the smoothest way to maneuver that, but we got the job done. Up ahead of Carlos. He's probably going to attack us into the hairpin, so we're going to go ahead and give him the outside lane. I think we might be carrying too much downforce. I think we're going to be in a little bit of trouble when it comes to straight line speed today. DRS detection is ahead of the hairpin, so we've missed out on DRS, I believe. So even though we're able to close a couple of tenths under braking, we are going to be in a little bit of trouble in a straight line. They can go the long way around if we have to. This is where that performance gap between the top 4 teams and the rest really becomes apparent, because they're going to start stretching their legs out away from me. And now I'm going to be under heavy pressure from Carlos. Serious battery burning going on. I think it's only a matter of time before Carlos gets by us. The key is going to be to not let Alonso get through as well. This is where we're in trouble. Do not have the straight line speed to hold him off. We have managed to get away from Alonso a bit, so that's fine. Unfortunately, that's the first track limits, just 6 laps into this 35-lap race. Stroll has gotten past Fernando. Should be able to go around the outside of him. His rear tires are already struggling quite a lot. Another click of the brake balance towards the front as those rear tires are getting pretty beat up. We're just gambling at this point. I don't know how much longer I can take these medium tires. The rears have basically nothing left to give. No need to fight this. He's on fresh tires. Come on. Where's the rain? You can see how non-existent my lap time is. There it is. Weather report.
Okay, the forecast suggests this rain's going to keep getting stronger for at least the next 15 minutes. Dries definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment.
Weather report.
The rain's going to keep getting heavier for the next 15 minutes at least. Okay, dries seem like the best tyre for now.
How did he get DRS on me? I was behind. I think I missed the opportunity. I think I should have come in this lap. Box this lap.
Okay, we can take you this lap.
Very, very careful entry into the pits. Really abused those rear tires, though.
Joshua's coming in for his stop.
I think in the end it was still the right choice. Why do I feel like I have no front end on this car in the wet right now? Weather report. Weather report.
Okay, conditions are going to keep deteriorating for 10 minutes at least. We're not certain which is the best tyre right now, dries or inters.
Definitely enters by like a long shot, but...
Okay, the safety car is out. Safety car is out. We need to form up at reduced pace. Keep a close eye on that delta time. Make sure to keep it positive.
Safety car, Joshua out of the race. Which basically means we're going to be under heavy defense for the rest of the day. Okay, so there is some Haas in the middle, but they are cars a lap down, it looks like.
Safety car in this lap. Safety car in this lap. Let's make sure those tyres are up to temperature, and remember, there's no overtaking until the timing line. Stay in position until the green flags. Return the position immediately or we're going to get penalised. There's no overtaking during the safety car period.
Oh, that's messed up. I don't like that I lost a position for no reason thanks to a bug, but it is what it is. Now the blue flag car is going to be right in the way. Having to awkwardly navigate all those blue flag cars has made things pretty difficult. So odds are I'm not getting that position back on Alonso. It's just all going to be about defending from Stroll. Should have good enough exits and battery to hold him off. We just need to make sure we're clean the rest of the lap. Here we go, starting the final lap of the race. As it stands right now, we're on target to unfortunately lose a couple of points due to some high quality code mastering at the safety car restart, where it got so slow at the hairpin that everything got bugged out, and Alonso kind of phased through us, and then it decided that he rightfully had the position. So I knew going back to green flag there was no way we were going to keep up with him. Still came down to defending from Stroll, who I should have just about enough battery to hold him off down the main straight, as long as there are no egregious mistakes in the last couple of corners. We should be able to waltz our way to another couple of points. Timid entry into the hairpins are going to be all about the exit. A couple short shifts, and then boom, battery, more than enough. Antonelli takes the race victory. Good for him. Unfortunately, Joshua, the retirement that brought out that safety car, He was outside of the points at the time it happened, but a couple of points for the team in a wet race, I will always take.
And it's victory for Andrea Kimi Antonelli. What a win!
There was never a moment of doubt today. You could tell that they completely had it under control, and that is a sign of greatness.
And it's time for that special moment for our special three today. The podium awaits our top three finishers. A young man with a big future, today's a winner. Well done, Kimi Antonelli. Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Double podium for the Mercedes squad. I mean, you see the pace differential out there in the dry even. They were just so quick. We managed to make it on one stop. Really struggled to stretch those medium tires at the beginning, but I think it ended up just about paying off for us. Constructor championship wise, now George Russell closes the gap to 3 points by coming second. Senna is now 10 off the lead, but still plenty to play for. Antonelli with the big jump. That's going to help him out as we are falling back from Tsunoda just a bit, but we are now 30 points clear of the Haas and Aston Martin combination in the constructors, which is not too shabby for the team, considering, as I say week in and week out, until the big upgrades come, it's going to be very much them at the front, and we're battling for the scraps. Who was the top car? Oh, Verstappen with the 3-stop. He must have had some kind of damage. What happened to... Let's see. Where is Verstappen? Medium to enter, so he did his first stint fine. A couple people went for the full wets, which obviously did not work. Okay, makes sense.
Great news. The development of a part is complete, and it's now ready for fitting. Be sure to visit the Assign Upgrades screen when you have a moment.
Okay, so we got some upgrades on the way in. Let's keep recruitment drive up. And let's go with a durability upgrade. Engineering. Development focus. Nothing else we can afford there. Always focus. Focus points. Keeps them good. All right. What do we have? I don't need that. Yeah, let's go with an advertising campaign with the title sponsor and secondary sponsor discovery. We have messages-wise, mechanical failure, so some points there. That's definitely not going to help out Joshua. What did fail on his car in this situation? It looks like his turbo is what went out. So 35, 17, yeah, we're definitely going to put the new MGUH in. So 38% there. That goes in. 57, we're going to let him run it a little further. But I think we're just about going to need the first of his power unit penalties. What track is up next, actually? Because we may take, if it's Austria, I want to say, we might take, yeah, it's Austria, so we might take the penalty for him there. Everybody's kind of moving up in lockstep. Red Bull falling a little further back from the top three, but the top three shooting off Mercedes, McLaren, and Ferrari. We're just going to want to be ready for the second half of the season once we get done development changes because we took a pretty big hit. We weren't able to do as many developments as we wanted to. Just make sure everything is firing on all cylinders here, so to speak. No available slots still, that's fine. And what about developments? Yeah, we got a bunch of stuff that should finish. Should finish up quickly. Lastly, how close are we to facility improvements? 4 days, 6 days, so those will both get done, and 3 days for media relations. So let's go ahead and advance. Love all the development completions.
Congrats on winning that rivalry, boss. I chatted to some of their team in the airport, and they were much, quieter than usual. Nice one.
Alright, let's go pay a quick visit to Joshua. Let's see if his price has come down at all. I think money's going to be the big thing. 10.5 is a little better. Vehicle performance, I don't know that we're going to reach that. And a podium finish. I don't know. We'll let the talks continue. While we've got the pause here. Lots of upgrades finished, which is fantastic. This next set of developments should get here before the spa weekend. And it'll get us up to maximum as far as our developments are concerned. Facility improvements. Let's get another improvement on the way. 9 days, 1 day. And let's take a look. Let's start scouting. Paul Aaron's kind of on the market there. What do we have as far as expected salaries? Paul Aaron we're already kind of talking to. Zane Maloney. Kind of a big drop off. Might do a little bit of scouting of Franco Colapinto here.
I've reached out with a
Let's see what we can get, if anything goes there. Are we able to offer a contract? Not yet. So contract window is in 74 days. So we got some time before the contract window opens to start making our offers. But let's keep everything going. Ooh, delayed research, delayed research.
Chief, I must remind you that we have parts fully
But
researched.
lots
that
of
are waiting
research
for
completed,
development.
which is very
Let's get
good.
that performance on the car.
Okay, good on that front. See what we've got available to research now. I think we're all caught up there. Aha, yes, we can get some new research underway, which is always lovely to see. Keep the car moving in the right direction. I don't think there's any more research available here. We do have research available in here, though. So let's just start working our way down the list. No available slots. Okay, so we still got a couple things that need to finish. 5 days, 4 days. Getting there. Do the single development just to make sure that's ready before Spa. These are going to come after Spa. Well, can I? What happens if I single develop in 2 slots? Do they both go in 17 days? Yes, that's the clever maneuver. So now we can get those done in time for the next race. In theory. 1 and 2. 2 days left on those. 1 day and 22 days. So, yeah, Red Bull Ring is coming up next. So let's actually, while I'm thinking about it before we leave, for Joshua, let's go ahead and take the engine penalty. It's a track you can overtake on. So let's just go ahead and get another set of power unit components in, especially because he's had a couple of mechanical failures. But thank you all for joining me once again. Hopefully when I click this go to race weekend, I'm not greeted by more rain because I've had enough of the rain. I think it's been like 5 races in a row now. Almost half the season has been rain impacted. So we'll see. But I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.